Alright, been getting a lot of requests on these videos. I'm sure you're familiar with this Jeep. This is Justin's new Jeep. We're gonna build a air compressor off of the AC compressor. And I'm gonna do two different ways on that Jeep, this Jeep, but I'm gonna do another video that'll have like a relay with a kick on, kick off pressure switch. But these are just gonna be bare bones simple, like anybody can do it, nothing special. I'm actually having to change that compressor, but I'll show you it in a second. One of them, I'm just gonna do a pop-off valve, and I'll show you when I get there. That means if anything goes wrong, it'll just pop off. Whereas Justin's, I'm just gonna do it flat out straight. I mean, it should never, nothing should ever happen. If it does, they'll just blow a hose, no big deal. But got some T's, 1/4 inch pipe thread T's, need them, and need preferably one that doesn't shut off. Like, I know they make some that just pump air out and you have to put it on the tire. I know they make some that stop until they get on the tire. The ones that constant flow would be better for this. And this would be the ideal hose barbs to use. But I have so many of these off Jeep intakes. And in theory, we should never be past like tire pressure, maybe 40 PSI, trying to get it to there. So yeah, let me figure out what I'm doing. One of the rumors I wanted to clear up is, let's be honest, if you're doing this, it's probably something like that, or a trail rig, something like that. It's not a mint, clean ride. And that's what I get all these people, they'll see me putting gear oil or something. And I mean, I get it. You're supposed to run whatever this stuff is. And that's if you have a nice, clean, daily driver, cold AC. But let me walk out there. I'll show you after I show you it working. But I put gear oil, I put motor oil, I put no oil, I put grease. It's better than nothing. And like a lot of them, since I've got so many Jeeps, I don't even put no oil in them in the first place. I just run them till they blow out. But like, well, you can see that spins freely. Can y'all see that? Pretty sure y'all can. So that spins, and when you engage the clutch, it spins like the actual compressor part. I just got a drill. If you listen, obviously you can hear it. And these don't do as good as these style right here. Like, I think y'all can hear it. You get a whole lot more out of them per quicker. So I'm actually trying to put one of these on the Cherokee. I never tried that before. I know it's going to be getting close to the battery right here, but that's a big battery. I don't know, we can make it work out. Just to offend somebody, I'll show y'all pouring gear oil in there. And like I said, I filled them completely up. The ones that come from the top, I filled them completely up to the top before and they still work. So I'm gonna knock out Justin's real quick since I gotta change that compressor. One thing I meant to add, well, usually the smaller one is the high pressure, which would be the output, and then the bigger one is the intake. So ideally you should, the high pressure, it's gonna get hot. So like, I wouldn't have cut it that short. I think they usually roll around right here. So the more of that factory hose you can leave on there, because this nylon, whatever stuff right there, it gets hot and it melts. So done that a few times, just trying to teach you. And then this one, the intake there, you can go get a PCV filter. You can wrap it with a rag and a zip tie. You can do nothing. And my other video I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna tap it off like the clean air coming off that. And I've even tapped it into this one and catch a few like oil fumes to go through there. So it's just personal preference, however you want to do it. Probably not required, but I'm just going to unbolt both of these, make a video more simplified. Don't lose your bolt. So like I said, the bigger one, that's the intake. So all I'm going to do, take a microfiber rag, just wrap it up and then fold it over just kind of loosely. So now it's not perfect air filter, but it works just fine. Just enough to keep dirt and debris out, and that's ready to bolt back on. So the next one, got to work on the high pressure. So I'm trying to keep this in simple, so give me just a second. All right, this should be pretty simple. That's my high pressure side. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend these barbs, but I got like tons of them. So I'm gonna shove it off in there. I've got these new kind of clamps. I ain't tried them. They look better. So that'll clamp on there, and then I got a female to female 1/4 pipe, screw it onto there, air hose, screw it onto there. You know, if you want to use some kind of sealant, cool, go ahead. And then whatever air hose you decide, you can take these off of you know, just any one you buy, and then screwed that onto there, and that's literally about it. So let me get all this buttoned up. All right, I got all the stuff ready to go back on there. I just want to show y'all it working before I put it together. So on the wiring, it's pretty complicated. And like I said, this is as simple as it's going to get. There's one wire going to it. All I'm going to do is cut, put an alligator clip, and catch that hot right there. So I don't know, it won't touch. But when I get it working, I'll show you. And that is one thing on the newer stuff, they have 2 wires. I'll see if I can find a way to tell you, but make sure you get it on the positive, because if you hook them up backwards, it'll burn the magnet out. So like I said, this one only has 1 wire. I reckon it gets its ground off of it itself. So I'll try to not to forget to explain that one. So it turns out his key got left on. That's why I couldn't get the compressor to kick on. So I've actually got a battery up there, goes over there, and it's hooked up to there. Hard mounted a wire or a charger. So I'm gonna let that charge before I try to go cranking on it. I'm gonna get that compressor changed and show you that one next. All right, I think we got enough juice in it to crank it. I at least show you. You can see sparks. Listen. I don't know if y'all can see, but that clutch, well, that's how you just detach it right there. But that clutch is going back against to catch that pulley. So, well, I can just fire it up. Make sure it's in park. So this is just visual to prove what it's doing. The wash right there. Ain't really got nothing to show you, but try to stop it. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get it all put together. And like I said, in this one, since I only have that much aluminum, I wouldn't recommend rivving it up, and I wouldn't recommend airing up a bunch, like maybe 133, but just keep a check right here. This will be cool. This will get really hot, so sure it works. Surely y'all can hear air. So I'll pull the valve stem out of this 33 and see how long it takes. Got the valve stem core in my hand. I'm letting all the pressure out of it. Make sure everybody believes me. Got a stopwatch too. Alright, that's no air in it. I'm gonna put the valve stem back in. And I know this would go faster without a valve stem, but I feel like that's kind of cheap. Obviously these are cheap ones. Maybe it won't leak a drop. All the air will go in, so start there. And it's leaking a ton. Where's the leaking? Oh wow, let me fix that. I don't think I ever screwed that in. Took the valve stem back out, but those are actually O-ring, and this is pipe thread, so I just rammed it off in there with some thread locker on there. So yeah, and put the valve stem back in. We'll try again. Right, no air. Put it back on there. And start that. I'm not gonna rev it up. I'm just gonna sit here. We'll speed the video up. We'll go with 60 seconds, see where we're at. I know the fire's probably not filled up. It's still pretty cool. So I'll take that off. Turn this on. I need more in one hand. I didn't get it. Come on, gauge. 13.3. They don't hold on. It's not made for one hand. So essentially 15 psi in 60 seconds in a big 33. I'll take that. That's faster than about a lot of air compressors. So I reckon we got this one knocked out. Like this for storage, I'll just put it right over in there, kind of put the thing back through there. But if you've got a nicer one and don't want to just flop it around, make reusable zip ties with a little squeezy there. You can reuse them. Or it's called hook and loop. It's basically do-it-yourself Velcro. So I think I've got that on my green Jeep. He can fix that at his own time. So let's explain this one. So if you figured out, I use the crap out of this Jeep like all the time. So just to go up down the hill to the junkyard, go get something, So it's a very usable Jeep for me. No, it looks like nothing. I'm gonna try to do it where I can actually use it. And what I'm gonna do is put the hose in here, get rid of the sharp edges, and then I'm gonna put a flip switch right here. And this part will be confusing, but like I said, that is down there is what they call the low side, and that's basically just the intake, you know, same as the intake for a motor. Well, the top side is the high side, the output. So you could, as soon as it comes out of there, you could cut it right here. You could, wherever you want to catch it. And this is going to be confusing, but like I said, I'm going to use this one. So what I'm going to do is let it pump through, and it goes, where's it go first? It goes straight out through the condenser, and that'll cool the air off. Well, it's going to come back, go through the dryer, which makes no difference on my end. Then it's going to go through here, through the evaporator core. Hopefully it's not bad. And then the air will be exiting out of this hose. So not real proud of this, but like I said, look at the Jeep. I don't care. So I'm sure if you're doing this at home, you're probably doing a better job, and that's fine, but just got to get the stuff done on my end. We're right here. I took this hose and went and found, it's actually a 3/8 to 1/4 adapter. So I'm gonna screw it off in there, probably with some thread locker. And I got a good hose clamp, and I got some. So on this Jeep right here, we just straight wired it, and like I said, that works fine too, but I'm gonna be a little safer on this one. Who knows, I'll probably get on the phone, forget I'm airing up a tire. I don't know, I just want to be a little safer. And this is probably the way I would recommend doing it, is a pop-off valve. You know, you can get one, this one's from Tractor Supply, wherever you go. I ordered, that's 150, kicks off at, or blows off at 150. And I actually got one offline that kicks off at 100. You probably still go lower than that, but that'll do the job. So got a T-block, that's gonna be where air comes in. That'll be my kickoff, and then obviously screw my hose straight into there. And I don't know if I mentioned this, I use thread locker, and then got that. And that's pretty much it on the air side. And I got to show you something on the electronics. All right, relay schematics probably get very complicated, but if you can see this one here, this is the big square relays like these right here. The one by itself should be number 30. I know y'all can't see. But this is usually the positive, and then it'll send to the outside one right there. So that's usually the way it works, but air conditioner systems are weird. They use computers and sensors and all that. So, like I said, that if the relay is not on, it sends power from there to there. But if the relay is triggered, it's got like a squeezy, it'll send power from that one to the outer one over there. That's 87, and then that's 87A. So 87 is the one that goes to there, and what I did is just stuck it off in the hole there, and you can listen. That one works good. So now, very simply, like I said, you just have to understand this Jeep. I could care less as long as it works. Like, I'm literally just doing this for the video. Don't even need this done. But all I'm gonna do is, obviously it should be fused, but I'm not going to, is put it right under that 10 millimeter, run it up to here, and then I'm gonna have me a weatherproof switch up there, and I'll use it. So let me get all that hooked up and see how this one works. About as simple as it's gonna get. Got a switch. I highly recommend, if you do it this way, to put it on something that comes on with a key, because you will forget. Like I said, surely you know how to use a test light. Find you a hot source that comes on with a key. I don't know if this thing will even use this pop-off valve. I don't know. This can scare my cat. Don't attack me. In park. I don't know why the key's been on the whole time. We have to do it all the AC conditioner, evaporator fluid, all that. Well, let me let the air out of this tire. We'll try it on just a stock tire. All right, I'm gonna do no valve stem on this one. See if it'll make it go any faster. It's not on. Got a huge leak somewhere. 25 psi in 60 seconds. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this for the video. There ain't really no way to simulate this, but all I did was kink this line up. So hopefully this compressor is strong enough to build up the system. It's got a leak somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but I really don't care. So I'm gonna set the camera down, and I'm not gonna stand here and watch it spew in case the line blows. And we'll see if it'll do it. Wherever it's leaking, it's actually inside of the evaporator core there, so I can't get it to do it. Apologize on that, but it's pretty simple. All it does is a spring and it just blows off and then it just resets. So yeah, so I'm not sure what it is. I got my 2000, I think it's 2000, maybe 2001, but it's one wire. And then the Comanche, it's obviously the same compressor, so it's one wire. We'll look at the WJ. I don't know where the air compressor is on this thing. It's not that. Okay, so I know this is a WJ, but I think this works on all of them. Where it comes out of the factory harness, the black one will be the ground, so just make sure you're on the white one coming out of there to catch the catch it up with a positive to activate it. I think I've got it covered on this video. If you got any questions, comment. I'll try to do like a short video and tag you in it. But next time will be like a whole elaborate system with compressor, kick on, kick off, with a tank and everything. So appreciate it.